People often say that time is a flat circle, meaning that all points in time exist simultaneously and we only appear to move forward because our memories hold us there. While this view is better suited to New Age philosophy than physics, it makes for an interesting idea to play with. There are even claims of time travelers visiting us from the future. However, some more literal-minded scientists take issue with the flat circle concept as being too mystical and would prefer to think of time as a flat line moving in one direction only. We can't go backwards, forwards, and certainly not sideways. But if that's the case, then how do we account for all the reports of alleged time slips? And is there such a thing as a genuine time traveler visiting from the future? In this episode, we will be looking at a series of historical accounts of alleged time slips or people who claim to have traveled through time. Some are well known, others are lesser known. We will also look at the latest theories that may explain them. All that and more in today's episode. A person experiencing a time slip usually finds themselves suddenly transported to another time and place, sometimes for no apparent reason. Sometimes they may find themselves living out a preordained set of events, as if they were a character in a movie already set in motion. Other times they might be able to change things by making different decisions. In some cases, their actions in the past may change things for the better, while in others, they break something important and create a catastrophic new timeline. They usually end up breaking the space-time continuum and causing paradoxes, which only adds to the mystery. So why does anyone believe these stories? Well, many time slip accounts come from people who seem very credible and trustworthy. In many cases, they are corroborated by multiple witnesses. It's not just people who have had these experiences either. For example, there was the alleged case of Andrew Carlson and the 1941 Sullivan's Travels movie premiere. According to Carlson, he was a Marine Corps veteran who served in Vietnam before going to see the movie. However, when the film started, he realized that he was watching himself walk into the theater with his date. He was horrified to watch the two characters split up after a fight and his date leave. And when the movie ended, he found himself inexplicably separated from her in the real world. This story was backed up by Carlson's date, who claimed that she had no memory of anything after entering the theater. Then there was the case of John Titor, a computer technician from the year 2136. Supposedly visited the year 2000, Titor joined the forum in 2000 and began posting messages detailing his mission in the year 2000. He said he was sent back to retrieve a copy of the IBM 5100 computer from the year 1975 in order to reverse engineer its operating system. He claimed that he was part of a classified military project and warned other users not to trust him because he was a secret agent. In 2001, Titor announced that he would be traveling back to his own time on May 21, 2001, and that he would not be returning. After that date, Titor's posts disappeared from the forum, and nobody ever heard from him again. There are dozens of cases like these, but critics often point out that these stories are nothing but elaborate fantasies, created by people seeking attention. But is this true? If we were to accept these accounts as real, then there are a few anomalies that need explaining. First is the fact that some people appear to be repeatedly pulled back in time. One of the most famous cases involves a man named Ronald Mallet, who claimed that he had fallen through time 400 years in the past, and was now living as Benjamin Bathurst. However, Mallet soon began to experience strange side effects. He developed a limp, his skin turned green, and he began growing moss and lichen. Despite the fact that he lived in a hot climate, he tried to cover his body in mud. But his wife took him to a doctor who determined that the growths were actually parasites from the early 1700s. Mallet was then taken to a mental hospital where he died in 1975. So was this just the story of a madman or something more? Second, there are the cases of time travelers visiting us from the future. The best-known case is that of George Orwell, author of the dystopian novel 1984. Orwell wrote his novel in 1948, but several readers have reported that certain details in the book were eerily familiar. For example, there is the telescreen, a device that allows for two-way communication between the government and citizens, which sounds a lot like the smartphones we carry around today. And then there are the thought police, a group of people whose job it is to monitor citizens' thoughts and arrest those who express unorthodox opinions. Sounds a lot like the authorities in mainland China today, doesn't it? There are dozens of similarities between 1984 and our current society, leading some people to speculate that Orwell may have been a time traveler from the future. Another possibility is that Orwell simply had a premonition of the future, which brings us to the third anomaly, precognitive dreams. There are countless accounts of people having dreams about the future and waking up to find that their dreams came true. Sometimes these dreams are so vivid and detailed that they are indistinguishable from reality. So could it be that these visions are actually glimpses into the future? And if so, are there ways to control or enhance these abilities? And finally, there's the question of whether or not time travel is even possible. According to Einstein's theory of general relativity, Time is relative and can be affected by gravity and speed. In fact, time dilation is a real phenomenon that has been observed by scientists. But despite this, traveling through time remains impossible. Or is it? A team of physicists recently published a paper claiming that time travel is possible under the right conditions. They say that if a wormhole could be created, it would allow a spacecraft to travel backwards in time. However, this remains a purely theoretical concept and no wormholes have ever been discovered or created. Additionally, even if time travel were possible, there are many paradoxes that need to be considered. For example, what would happen if someone went back in time and killed their own grandfather? Would they cease to exist? These paradoxes have led many scientists to believe that time travel is impossible. But perhaps the truth lies somewhere in between theory and impossibility. Maybe time travel is possible under certain conditions, but it is very rare and difficult to achieve. Maybe the universe works in ways that we can't yet understand. But the bottom line is this: until we have concrete evidence of time slips, we won't know for sure if they are real or not. While some may dismiss them as nothing but fantasies, others will continue to search for answers. In the end, maybe the truth is that the universe is full of mysteries that we can't yet explain, and maybe that's what makes it so fascinating. Now it's time to make your voice heard. Which time slip account did you find most compelling? And do you think time travel is possible? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for more videos like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, check out our ultimate collection of the most bizarre mysteries. From haunted houses to missing persons, we've got it all. Click here to start exploring the unknown.